Today we're going to be reviving a 1986 Chevy K20 Squarebody Custom-Deluxe pickup. This truck has been parked here for a few years because the owner got a new vehicle and no longer drove it. Even after installing a new battery, the truck still wouldn't crank, so I decided to check the terminals to see if they were corroded, and they were badly, so I cleaned them, put everything back together, and then it cranked. I discovered the fuel lines were very brittle, so I decided to replace all the rubber lines before starting just to be safe. I made sure to put gas in both tanks because these old square bodies have two, and sometimes they can get stuck on just one tank, and I wasn't sure which tank that was, so I decided to fill both up just to be sure before I tried to start firing it up. Then I poured some gas directly down the carb to see if it would start. On these old trucks with mechanical fuel pumps, they usually don't start very easily if they've been sitting for a long time, so it took quite a bit of cranking, but eventually the fuel was primed again and it sat nice. The belts were loose and squeaked really bad, but eventually I tightened them up and it stopped. I was able to press on the clutch once, but after that it seized solid. I tried penetrating oil and a lot of pushing, but it wouldn't move. Eventually I opened up the bleeder valve on the secondary cylinder, and after that the clutch worked normally. One funny thing about these old GM trucks is the ignition cylinder wears out so bad that usually you can just twist it by hand and don't need a key. After that, it ran, it had brakes and a cooling system and a clutch, so I decided to drive it home. I had some issues with the choke cable sticking, but eventually I was able to get it to idle again. After that, there was no issues in the rest of the trip home. Then we went to work cleaning the truck up.
Something's a little wrong with the timing there.
Thanks for watching. We got this truck that had been sitting for years to run and drive home. Even the radio still works.